Hello, my name is Kate Paesani, and I'm the director of the Center for Advanced Research on Language Acquisition, commonly known as CARLA, at the University of Minnesota. And I'm pleased to talk to you today about an article I wrote to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Foreign Language Annals on the present and future of literacies and textual thinking in collegiate foreign language programs. So before I talk briefly about the content of the article, I'd like to explain what I mean by literacies and textual thinking. So typically, when we think of literacy, we think of reading, writing, and in the context of collegiate language programs, the literary canon. In my research, literacy, or literacies in the plural, involves overlapping language modalities, including reading, writing, listening, speaking, and viewing. It involves interpretation and transformation of multimodal texts of various genres, and by multimodal, I mean texts that combine different language modalities, like reading, and visual items, but also hyperlinks, digital text, things like that. And literacies also involves linguistic, cognitive, and sociocultural dimensions. These dimensions reflect the language features and mental processes used to make meaning and the socially situated nature of learning and communication. I adopt the concept of textual thinking in this article to highlight the need to prioritize student engagement with textual content and to understand texts as any oral, written, visual, or multimodal material that represents the signifying practices of a society. A focus on textual thinking broadens the content that we teach in collegiate language programs to include not only literature, but also a range of other text types such as social media, historical artifacts, blogs, advertising, editorials, and so on. The possibilities are endless. These two concepts form the backdrop for my article, which begins by reflecting on what we know from previous research about literacies and textual thinking in collegiate foreign language programs, and then suggests research areas reflecting what we still have to learn in this area. So what do we know about literacies and textual thinking in collegiate foreign language programs? Previous research shows us that a literacies orientation provides a viable means of integrating language development and textual thinking across curricular levels, that a literacies orientation has been successfully implemented at both the course and curricular levels. It contributes to students' advanced language abilities through their ability to interpret and create texts and to use grammar as a meaning-making resource in more and more complex ways as their proficiency develops. And then finally, previous research shows us that implementing a literacies orientation can be challenging for teachers. So although we've learned a great deal about literacies and textual thinking in collegiate foreign language programs based upon this research review, we still have much to learn. So in the second part of my article, I propose 6 research areas and related research questions where future inquiry are needed. And the first research area is defining and operationalizing key concepts. Work in this area will help us empirically test how students attain foreign language literacies and how teachers understand this and related concepts. This research will also help us develop standardized instruments to carry out empirical inquiry. Second, we need to reconsider the notion of text in foreign language programs. Because I'm proposing in this article that the focus of collegiate foreign language programs be on textual thinking, then we also need to rethink how we define what a text is and investigate the impact of this perspective on collegiate foreign language curriculum, instruction, and student learning outcomes, as well as on articulation with K-12 language programs. A third research area is exploring the sociocultural dimension of literacy. Previous research into literacies and textual thinking, for the most part, has honed in on students' linguistic development and the language features that characterize advanced proficiency. Moving forward, it will be important to also develop data-driven understandings of relationships between literacies development and sociocultural dimensions of foreign language learning, as well as relationships between sociocultural and linguistic competence. Building transferable skills and cross-disciplinary collaborations is an important fourth area of future inquiry. A focus on literacies and textual thinking in collegiate foreign language programs can contribute to creating critically engaged, globally aware graduates. This focus, in turn, can contribute to students' transferable skills such as analytical thinking, teamwork, and ethical decision-making, and create opportunities for cross-disciplinary collaborations with other departments on campus, such as engineering, business, biology, and so on. Future research investigating these areas can help departments understand relationships among these elements and inform programmatic change that draws upon a broader range of students and hopefully increases enrollments and helps address their students' academic, career, and personal goals. Investigating connections among literacies, textual thinking, and ACTFL guideline standards is a fifth area of future research. Although the focus of my article is on the role of literacies and textual thinking in collegiate foreign language programs, which do not always organize curricula according to national standards and guidelines, given ACTFL's strong advocacy and policy-making influence, moving forward, it will be important to understand connections among literacies, textual thinking, and ACTFL's world readiness standards and proficiency guidelines. Research in this area can have important implications for K-16 articulation, best practices for proficiency development, or student learning outcomes. Finally, essential to advancing the literacies research agenda is an understanding of how teachers understand and apply literacies-based pedagogies to teach textual thinking. This future research has potential implications for teacher professional development, the creation of literacies-oriented curricula and text-based instructional materials, and by extension, students' ability to engage in textual thinking. These 6 topics challenge foreign language educators to innovate in both their scholarship and their classroom practice, and ultimately to reshape foreign language programs in ways that make collegiate foreign language education matter for the 21st century. I hope you'll delve into these issues in more detail by reading my article, which will appear in print in the spring 2018 issue of Foreign Language Annals. Thanks for watching.